Hello?
Hi, is this Steven?
Yes.
Yeah, Jason Saulnier here for an interview. How's it going?
Very well. How are you?
Oh, very good, very good. So, in the world of Stephen Pearcy, I'm sure it's getting really busy now, isn't it? With all the promotions and
Mm,
stuff.
yeah, it's getting there. Nothing I can't handle.
I'm sure you can handle it very well. I mean, the voice on this album, very good, very good. The power on it.
Thank you.
When you go in the studio, how much effort do you put into the voice? Because it sounds as fresh as it ever was.
I tend to first have a sobering environment. Then I tend to just, you know, uh, I tune up by just laughing and talking and, go over things. I don't do vocal warm-ups or anything like that. I just, go through the system and it's just there. It's how and then once I'm in there, I'll do a couple passes until I'm strong enough to deliver it for whatever song it takes.
So like, let's say for this album Smash, where did the song, or not the song, but the album title come from?
The album title came from the first song we tracked with Bo Hill. Bo Hill was, I gave him some music and he liked the song, I Can't Take It. And he mixed and mastered it. And I was like, oh, I hope he can do the whole record, which he wasn't able to do. But anyway, he set the schematic for me. And in the song, I mentioned, we're going to smash. And it just kind of stuck with me. And then as I was writing the lyrics, and the songs are turning into their own stories and their own places and things, we came up with the perfect character, and that's the guy on the cover. He's called the Smasher. He's got the little horn guy with the halo, and it's the light and the dark, the shades. He took on all the moods, the aggression in the songs, the the passive aggressive in the song. He took on all these meanings, and he was perfect for it. But that's where the title came from. Smash, the song, I Can't Take It.
Now, when you look at the song titles and the songs itself, they're all good. Now, where do you decide to saying Jamie's gonna be a single and Rain and
We don't. We've left it to the label. The way things are these days. This is the first record I've licensed out to somebody, and what they did was they kind of tag singles here and there. They get you warmed up, and I have so many singles on. I have 13 songs, right? So for me to let people hear 4 songs, once every month or once every 2 months, it wasn't an issue because as a person like the song, so like that song, they'll like the album. So we took a different approach to that.
is there gonna be any promo videos going along with this? Because it seems to be a promo world today with videos.
Yeah, there is. The first real video is going to be for the song 10 Miles Wide, and we'll shoot that at the end of the week.
Cool. What do you think of Spotify, Steven? Like, all these streaming services now because it's changed the whole system, how we look at music.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my opinion on that, there's a good and there's a bad. But the good is, you can get something out there immediately, and maybe for, of course you're going to pay for it. But what's interesting about that is on this record, I knew, and I've been aware of how people actually listen to songs now. So our approach to the mastering the record is we didn't really what do you call it? We didn't really squash it down. We really didn't compress it. Uh, um, we kind of left it open to the volume of what you're listening to it
Hmm.
on. Um, but as far as what you're talking about, they're always going to be there now. We just got to work out how to work with or around them.
going, to mastering stuff, why haven't you went the route of, compressing it all and smashing it up? I mean, because every band seems to be doing it nowadays.
Yeah, well, you lose a lot when you do that. You because if you were really wanted to hear it in a normal setting like a car stereo or something else, it would have a tendency to distort early on. Like if you were to turn it on three, it would sound loud, and you're like, "Oh wow, make it louder." And as you make it louder, it gets more distorted.
Mm,
So, I knew this a while back, to not really over distort it, and that's in compression and what you do there in the mastering. Um, so we left it open to where the louder it got, the more you would hear.
yeah.
Literally, you would hear a certain guitar part would come up, or you'll hear the keyboard or the organ or something better, and that was the purpose of that.
And that's a good way to look at it because, I mean, nowadays you hear distortion really quick in a song, in your car, etc.
Yeah, and I started hearing that in a lot of people's music, and it kind of like it made me think, well, there's an easy solution to this, just don't compress it right out of the box, and you get more out of it at the high end. It's almost like in racing a car, just because you see a corner ahead, and if you don't hit the right apex at the same speed as the car, you're going to get there later. You know, so it's my analogy of it.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, Steven, where did the band members come along here? Have you been working with them for a little while now?
Yeah, my bass player Matt, the engineer, the guy engineered and co-produced it with me. He's been in an early version of early Ratt in like '82, and he's been around the band for a few years, like 4 years, and the drummer has been around, Greg D'Angelo from White Line. He's been around for about the same time, 4 years. Eric, my lead guitar player, co-writer, he's been around probably the longest at about 14 years.
Wow.
Off and on, yeah. And the other guitarist, Frankie Wolsey, we got back. He was in my band Arcade. He came from the Sea Hags, and now he's back in the solo band, which is great. And I had an old guitar player from Mickey Ratt in the band for a little bit. So it kind of all worked out,
Compared to the good old
And it's
days of
been,
Rat, and now, has it changed, drastically in the sense of music and, appeal of everything?
no, I think if people liked you then, they still like you now, except you can't, fool them into thinking that who's up there, who's not up there, never belonged there in the first place.
Right.
Especially if it's the original band, Um, so in that retrospect, it's my feelings on that. I think people still like their music, You never lose your liking of when you heard a song or why you bought it in the first place, or why you went to that concert.
Yeah. Well, Stephen Pearcy, real good pleasure talking to you, and hopefully there's going to be some Canadian dates, to promote this in the future. Smash.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And as Smash Tour starts March 11th, will go on until June, around June, and then Ratt is going to be doing some festivals and headlining M3, and we're taking that slow now that the dust has settled a bit. And I think we got a handful of festivals already.
That's great.
And then we'll think about doing a record at the end of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the pleasure of the interview, and you have a great 2017, man.
I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and keep up the great work. Your voice is just spectacular. Excellent work.
I appreciate that, man. That's
Always
an honor.
loved it.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You have a good evening.
Thank you.